brilliant chefs. Welcome to Recipe Specialty, where we show you how to make a variety of recipes from eggs to eggceptional. In this video, I'm going to make beef curry. Not only have I never cooked this before, but I've never even eaten it before. But I hear it's delicious. So this could go completely sideways, but the good thing is, if it doesn't come out right, I won't even know it. What I used to prepare this dish was some beef, milk, a white onion, minced garlic, grated ginger, cinnamon, cayenne, curry powder, vegetable oil, and good old salt and pepper. With that said, let's get cooking. I start off by prepping the beef. Always pat meat, poultry, or fish dry before cooking to remove moisture. Then I cubed it up into bite-sized pieces and seasoned it with salt and pepper. Then, dice an onion. To cut the onion, to dice it, cut through 1/2 into slices like this a few times, one towards the bottom, one about halfway through, and one towards the top. Careful not to touch your fingers, and don't cut through the root end. Keeping the root end will keep it intact. Then turn it sideways and do it again. Lengthwise cuts, opposite direction than you just did, again not cutting through that root end. Then, once it's been sliced through lengthwise like that, chop top to bottom, and you'll get nice minced onion. Next up, prepare the ginger. You can peel the skin off with a spoon pretty easily, but I'm just cutting it off with a knife. And then once it's been cut and all the skin has been removed, I whip out my microplane and mince it up, scraping pretty much the entire piece of ginger into a nice, pretty fine mince. Then heat up a frying pan or a cast iron skillet like I'm using here and pour in a nice glug of oil. Place in the beef, but be sure not to overcrowd the pan or the meat won't cook evenly. I tend to overcrowd the pan almost always. Cook in batches if you need to. Flip about every 2 minutes to brown the pieces on all sides, or do like I am and mix it around and hope for the best. Once it's been browned on all sides, remove it and set aside to build the curry. Here I have my mise en place ready to go. We've got the milk, the diced onion, and the spices locked and loaded. Then add in the onion and cook until translucent. You can remove some of the beef fat that had probably liquefied in the pan, but I just leave it. I figure that fat is flavor. Then add the minced garlic, followed by the ginger. Finally, add the spices. Here we've got the cinnamon, then a little bit of cayenne pepper, because I'm a wuss and not a big fan of the heat. And finally, the curry powder. Once all the spices have been added, give it a good stir to combine them with the cooked onion and the beef fat. Then finally, pour in some of the milk, just a little bit. Mix it around, let it incorporate with the spices and the onions, and then pour in the rest of the milk. And then once all the milk has now been added, give it another stir, mix it around again. We're going to heat this for a few minutes and let it thicken up before adding the beef back into the pan. Once the beef has been added into the curry sauce, we're going to let it simmer in the curry for a few minutes just to let all the flavors marry and incorporate together as we're continuing to thicken up the sauce. Here's what the finished product looked like. Once the curry has thickened to your liking, remove and serve. I enjoyed this dish over a bed of jasmine rice. I don't know if it tasted the way it's supposed to or not, but it was delicious. Flavors like I've never experienced before in my life. I think they're onto something with this curry business. Curry connoisseurs of the world. Did I make this right? Was this even close? It was good.
If you all liked this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe, check out the website. Ultimately, let's eat!